me what you're trying to do, cause I be on the road making moves.
Yeah,
No, but how y'all feel about diets though?
I put you guys on.
I don't think that. I think what Jamar Chase said. If you work hard,
What did he
bro,
say? What did he say?
He basically said, "Bro, I put the work in, so I can eat whatever I want. Like if I put the work in, and I've been doing this for years, and I've been playing at a high level, then why would I change my diet? Like I eat what I want. I still perform. I still do everything I can. It ain't stopping me from doing nothing. I'm not getting hurt.
Yeah.
So what's the point?
See? What about you, Boogie?
I think there's three things that you need to do in order to perform at a high level.
Okay, let me jot these down. Let's go.
Diet.
What kind of hold on, when you say diet?
Listen.
Okay, I'm listening.
Listen. Diet.
All right.
Sleep and training, right?
Okay.
If you're doing 2 out of the 3, you're probably gonna be all right. If you're only doing 1 out of the 3, that's when I think that your play can go downhill.
Okay, so
for me personally, I feel like sleep is the most important thing for me, and I think it's on a. I think when we have these conversations about diet, I think it's on a personal level because
for sure.
Nobody knows your body better than you know yourself. I've seen Davaris eat Dairy Queen at halftime and go crazy. Yeah, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna try that and play like shit.
Bro, what? Stomach be hurting.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So I can't say who's right or who's wrong. Science will tell you one thing. Yeah. But for me personally, I feel like sleep and training are the most important thing for me.
Bruh, like I feel even when I eat healthy, like, you know, before a game, like I'm only on a salad or some chicken, I feel light and I feel like I don't have no energy. It's crazy. I can't never, I've been playing ball. I've been playing ball for a minute now. I still ain't found like what's the best go-to meal for me, bro. Like I'm still, you know, trial and error in it, bro. Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Like, whatever I feel like in that moment, I'm gonna eat. It probably won't be like, you know, something stupid heavy like a steak or a double cheeseburger. Okay. But if I might get some chicken strips. If I feel like eating 3 chicken strips before a game, I'm gonna eat 3 chicken strips before a game.
Yeah. Listen, Cam, I roomed with this dude on the road last year, and he ate Popeyes and McDonald's all day, like the night before the game.
Oh yeah.
Like both of them in the same day.
Honestly, I feel faster when I eat chicken. Fried chicken.
Popeyes
fried chicken. Oh,
fried chicken. I feel, you know, I feel like, I don't know, like Cam said, if I ate a salad and ate healthy before I feel too light, I feel weak. Like I feel like I'm not like in a place where I can like overpower anybody. Mm-hmm. Whereas when I get, you know, dirty with this dirty food, Popeyes chicken or something like that, I feel like I'm ready to go play football.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Building some tough skin.
Yeah, I mean, I feel dirty. Yeah.
I just like to feel light because I'm a bigger dude and I have to run. So I don't want to feel like sluggish. And
we also seen people do 1 out of the 3. And we done had some teammates that do 1 out of the 3 where they'll go out drinking and like do whatever they got to do before the game and have an amazing game.
Hall of Fame game.
No sleep, don't care about their diet.
No, for real.
Like so it's, I think it's very selective.
Those are the 1%. Those are, you can't like, trust me, it's not for everybody.
Yeah, don't try that at home.
But shoot, it's NBA playoff time.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you go back and you watch the previous episodes that I said that the Raptors were going to finish ahead of the Bulls in the regular season, and it happened. So there's that, but the Raptors aren't doing so hot right now. That's my team personally.
Hell.
The Bulls, we'll see what happens tonight. Tonight. They play tonight?
Tonight, game 2 tonight.
Yeah, they play.
The Raptors are in hell, but you don't want my personal opinion on what's going on over there. So
where? Oh, in Toronto?
In that series.
In the series. Oh, okay. Yeah. You think they scared of Embiid?
They look like it right now.
I get that feeling too, bro. Like they scared of, bro.
Yeah, we'll see what happens when they come to Toronto. My biggest thing is like Philly didn't have a foul in the first quarter.
Oh man, Listen here, man. Listen.
Raptors had Philly had 20 free throw attempts at half. The Raptors had 8.
So you thinking the refs are out to get y'all?
I'm not saying that, but like, come on, man.
I don't like what you're saying.
That's too.
We say you don't like what he's saying?
I don't like what he's saying.
TDF, bro. That's one-sided like crazy to me.
It is. But I don't know, bro. Either way, I don't think y'all match up well. Y'all tallest player is 6'9", bro.
So 6'10".
Like, come on, bro. You don't have one.
Not every team has an Embiid. After
Every team
Embiid,
has
who
at
do
least
they
one
have?
7-footer. Robin Lopez is still in the league because he's just 7 foot.
Who's built like Robin Lopez across the league?
Man, every team has one
Vucevic,
7-footer.
Steven Adams.
Y'all don't have us. That's
Ayton.
crazy.
They don't have the tallest dude is skinny as hell too.
So what do you have to do? You have to play fast, and they're not. They're playing the way Philly's playing right now. Is they want to play half court ball, throw it in the post. Raptors got to play defense and run.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe we need you on that bench, man, because I like the philosophy you throwing
like
out
that,
there.
right? Yeah, appreciate it.
How y'all feeling about this Boston Nets series, man?
Boston taking that series, I feel like they play more defense than the Nets do. It's like it's just going at the end of the day, it's gonna come down to defense. You see how tight that last game was. Mm-hmm. And if Boston can hit some shots,
Boston's been taking that defense to heart. I didn't get a chance to watch them a lot during the regular season, but the way that those dudes are playing defense, like everybody's playing defense.
Yeah, everybody.
It's like college defense.
Mm-hmm. Even Jason Tatum, like the best, you know what I'm saying, their best player, he's taking the ownership, like I want KD.
Right.
You feel me? You know, I mean,
it has to be that way.
Hell yeah, for sure. I don't expect another bad game from Kevin Durant, though. Not like that. Like he went 9 for like 20 something, and I don't expect that anymore. So for them to for KD to play like he did, and they only lose by 1 point, I think this is going to be a Nets series. I mean, it may be in 7, but I think Nets may pull it out. Especially if Kyrie playing with that chip on his shoulder like he is with the fans taunting him and things. So.
I'm all for it. Well, how do you guys feel about that? Like responding back to fans? I think every athlete has a point like where they're like, you know, there's so much stuff. Yeah, there's so much stuff going on the court, on the field, rink, whatever it is. And then like, you know, say you're already mad that you lost, and then there's fans saying stuff like, you know, there comes a point to where everybody has like a breaking point and they're gonna say something or do something.
And you gotta think, like they've been coming at him for 3 years now. Like every time he go back there, it's a problem.
How Miami? What y'all think about Miami?
They're looking legit.
Nice.
They're looking legit. Just because like the whole team, once again, the whole team plays defense, and there's multiple people that can, you know, get them a bucket. And I think adding Lowry was like big for them too. Because he kind of like is like that anchor.
And he been there before.
Yeah. The moment's not too big. Like, you know, they were in a little bit of a drought yesterday. Yeah. And Atlanta was making a run, and he got them a bucket, like a clutch bucket. So
when you got like 2 or 3 dudes that know how to flop real good.
Bro, that's the thing. Going back to the Philly Toronto series. When Toronto's making a run and beat or hard and flop, and they get sent to the line.
Right. Yeah, I see that.
I hate watching.
Let's kick it to the West.
The West is looking.
Booker hurt his hamstring.
Bro, and this is, I don't know what it is, bro. Like every year, not every year, because the Suns only been hot for like, 1 year. I'm tripping. So like, last year they had an injury. But they always preach a next man up. But like they go into panic mode when somebody gets hurt. How do y'all feel about this?
Well, it's not just somebody to me. It's like they're somebody who's been in like the MVP talks this year.
But okay, I got you. I understand that, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like they'll be fine against an A seed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you would think so, but
you know, we're gonna see how it goes. But
who's gonna get them a bucket now, though? Like.
You got Miles Bridges and Ayton. That's who it has.
Miles Bridges.
Miles Bridges.
Like Bridges.
Miles played for the Hornets.
Oh, Mikal Bridges.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Same difference. They brothers.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, man. Like I feel like Aiden and the young boys got to get them a bucket now. You know what I mean?
But
Crowder,
can they do
think
that through the course of a whole game?
I think this evens the playing field now.
Yeah. I mean,
CJ McCollum is a bucket, and Brandon Ingram too.
It's on the cusp. I feel like Brandon Ingram is like that tier up under Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum is not the tier ones, but he's like tier like 1B. You know what I mean? And I feel like BI can be like that tier up under him. You know what I mean?
And New Orleans also has Valanciunas, and he's like a double-double.
Yeah, he's a load down there, and so Aiden is having trouble boxing him out, man. He had like 20-something rebounds the first game, man. Like that's like you said, it may have evened the series out, but Phoenix got to come on. This is supposed to be y'all year. You know what I mean? This is the year, right? Because Chris Paul, man, he looked old in game 2. I'm gonna let you know that now. He looked real tired. Game 1, he went off, but game 2, he looked tired. I don't know how y'all feel about it. But
better believe, like them losing that game to the Pelicans, bro. The whole West, Golden State, like their eyes lighting up right now.
I don't even want to,
bro.
It's gonna be Milwaukee and Golden State in the finals. I'm just saying that right now.
And if that's the case, JB, then the Bulls lost to the best team. So I ain't even gonna try to.
See how he's already. See how he's already like saying.
I'm just saying, bro.
I like that. But
we didn't get to talk about the Bulls. Like they put up a fight. But
they ain't got enough.
One thing I will say is Milwaukee looked a little rusty coming out the gate.
Bro, Milwaukee always do this though. Think about it, man. I feel like they always struggle.
I feel like they always play close games. Yeah.
First game or two, Chris Middleton, he'll give you like 12 points.
He's like a deer or a donkey in the headlights. You know, he's just like the stage is too big. You know,
donkey
in the headlights.
Kind of looks like it. But anyway, yeah, man. So, like I was saying, man, the Suns, I don't know, kind of shaky. But let's talk about them Splash Brothers, JB. I know them your brothers, the light-skinned duo of Poole.
I do like Klay Thompson
and Curry. I feel like
don't forget Wiggins.
He's not light-skinned. And so
but he's doing his thing.
He's a Harrison Barnes. He's the Harrison Barnes.
Harrison Barnes is nice.
You know what I'm saying? He was the Harrison Barnes of, you know how Harrison Barnes was like the 3-and-D guy.
He's better than Harrison Barnes, but
for sure. He's got younger legs. But them boys look unstoppable, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, CFL. I mean, we're in CBA talks, and I feel like it's so weird. Like in the CFL, when we're in CBA talks, and for those of you who don't know what CBA is, collective bargaining agreements, basically the agreement between the CFLPA, which represents the players, and the CFL. So whenever we're in these talks, I feel like it's not being talked about enough until it's close to camp. But, you know, when you look at NFL, NBA, MLB, like it's all over the TV. Granted, it's a CFL, but TSN doesn't talk about this at all. You know what I mean? Like, so a lot of the times what comes out of it is, you know, players expressing their opinions on what's going on, right? So how do you guys feel? Because this has been a topic that has been brought up every CBA that we have been a part of, and it's the ratio. You know, I'm Canadian, played football in the U.S. You guys are U.S. citizens. Davaris honorary Canadian.
What? How do you get that?
He is. His kid is Canadian.
I'm Canadian.
He lives there.
Beyonce Canadian. I stay up there year round.
So you not against the ratio anymore?
I don't know how it works.
So I'm asking, are you guys for the ratio or not? Like, how do you feel about it?
If you ask me just about the ratio, I'm against the ratio.
Okay, why is that?
Because in my opinion, and this is only my opinion, I think that like when it comes to football, and we can get into marketing and all that other stuff a little bit later, but when it comes to football, the people want to come up, they show up to see the best players play, regardless of nationality. You know what I mean? So ratio or not, there still will probably be some Canadians in the league. There are some good Canadians. But I
think that number shrinks dramatically.
It does shrink a good amount for sure. But in my opinion, I think the best product that you could put in front of fans is just putting the best players on the field at any time.
Gotcha.
Now, let me ask you this.
Yeah, let me have an opinion.
Oh, hold on. Okay, go ahead. Go.
I'm for the ratio. I like the ratio. I just think it need to be tweaked a little bit.
Okay.
I think when it let's just say you have is it 18 game season?
Yep.
Okay, 18 games. I say like 7 to 8 games out of the year you can pick to have no ratio. And they give equal opportunity for Canadians to still get on the field. They can make 55%, whatever you got to be on the field in them other games, you know what I mean? And then you know what I'm saying? So, and that includes playoffs. So that 7 games includes playoffs. You know what I mean? So you can choose for the Grey Cup game to put your best players out there, and you'll have a great Grey Cup. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, I think that they should tweak it a little bit, you know? That's all. I'm for the ratio, though.
See, for me, when I go back and forth with people who bring this up, I'm not speaking from like for me, because I feel like if there was a ratio or not, like I feel like I'm capable enough to make a team, right? But the guys that are in the CIS that didn't get the opportunity to play in the NCAA, like some of the other Canadian players in the league, do they get a fair opportunity to play and showcase their talents when, most of these coaches aren't watching CIS football, right? We already know our league is full of U.S. coaches, and how they look at some Canadian players or Canadian players in general until you prove yourself. Mm-hmm. U.S. players have more of like a, this guy is probably
expectation.
Good. Yeah, you know what I mean? So, but then they expect like they think like these Canadian guys are just not they suck basically.
I think that's not because of the ratio though.
But it's not, because like
you have to plug these players in that may not be up to par. You know what I mean? Instead of going out and finding ones that are up to par without the ratio.
Let me tell you this, and I know you all can agree. We've had some players from the U.S. that are not that good.
100%.
Oh man, come 100%. On, man! Like,
but nobody will say that. Nobody will say that. They'll say, "Oh, this Canadian guy, he's not good."
No, I seen some coaches say this American guy trash,
and they got sent home.
Exactly. Like you done seen that, bug. Come on now. And probably not as much as like. I don't know, because I see like it's some 5 Canadians, bro. Like
there are, and that's the thing. My thing is would they have gotten the same chances to showcase their talents? I don't know.
I don't think they would. Yeah,
no, they probably wouldn't have, but so I don't know. So,
but I'm saying, okay, so one, like you said yesterday when we were talking about this. If you take away the ratio, it's not the Canadian Football League anymore, right?
Yeah.
There's that. It's not. Bro, if you go look at the Spanish league for basketball or the Australian league, there's ratios.
If you take for basketball?
Yes, bro. 2 imports.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Right? And that's a team of 15 players, maybe 3 imports or something like that. They do stuff like China. They do the same thing.
They have to play, or are they just on the team?
I think you can. It's a certain amount that you can play you can have on the court at the same time. So same thing as what we do, right? My thing is like we've seen the USFL, we've seen the AAF, we've seen the XFL. These are leagues without ratios. Can you honestly tell me that the quality of football was good?
I'm watching this USFL right now.
Yes.
Yeah. No,
it's okay.
So
it's okay, but I feel like they ain't had no opportunity either, man. Like I'm hearing rumors of like they're staying in hotel rooms, like they having no drive to cheese bus to practice and facility. Like you got to give a player opportunity to be good. Like you just can't walk off a bus and be great. You know what I mean? Like it takes a lot to. You can walk off the bus and play basketball, but to walk off a bus and play football, nah, that ain't gonna get it, man.
But bro, if you don't have the same access to things that NFL players do, you can say that everybody's in that same position. Now I'll say the CFL is in a better position. CFL's been around for 100+ years.
Yeah.
Right? There's a reason it has been. Most of it probably because the amount that they pay the players or the minimum pay is so, it's able to be sustainable. But like when it comes to the quality, the CFL game is a great game to actually watch and it's entertaining. What I think the CFL lacks is marketing. And that's something that people talk about all the time. And when they talk about putting the best product, just because there might be more US players on the field, it may not change the fact that the CFL doesn't market the game properly. You know what I mean? Like,
give me some examples where you would change the marketing aspect of the CFL.
They don't do things to appeal to a younger generation. Okay. Right?
It's tough though.
It is tough, but okay.
Because hear me out. The younger generation, they don't have football in Canada.
The CFL just got TikTok last year.
I'm not talking about TikTok. I'm talking about actually being able to play the game of football. Like growing up, I'm not comparing it, of course, to the South. I'm just giving you an example. In the South, we have Pee Wee, Little League. That's very it's passionate. You feel me? You don't have that in Canada. So you can only do so. Y'all do, but it's not.
I started playing football at 9 years old.
But I'm saying they don't. So football, it's not.
Football is like the fourth sport in Canada.
Yeah, football is a U.S. dominant sport.
Yeah.
Everybody knows.
So people not growing up and playing that. Right. That's how you're not reaching the youth.
I agree, but when you talk about the CFL was a part, and I said this yesterday on Twitter. The CFL was ingrained in Canadian culture. If you go back and rewatch the 2012 Grey Cup, where it was at the Skydome where the Toronto Blue Jays play, it was sold out. It was packed. They had Justin Bieber perform at halftime, right? It was a spectacle of a show.
Okay.
Like it was crazy.
What happened?
Exactly. What happened? Yeah. There was a 10-year gap to where they weren't promoting to the younger, to our generation, right? And that's where things started to decline.
2012, they had an ESPN deal too as well. Ever since they switched over to TSN, it's been straight downhill. TSN don't care about us.
I think they should go back to that because I feel, man, like my close knit. This is just my close knit. Like people I talk to that's in the States, they're always asking, like, you know what I'm saying? How can I watch the game? And I got to tell them ESPN3 or, you know what I'm saying? You need a streaming service or something like that. If we were on ESPN2 before the football NFL college season started, bro, we would probably make what we make in a year just in the summertime. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the TV deal.
But the only problem,
because we'll be the only thing on.
Yeah. The only problem with that is still at the end of the day, we only getting 22%.
That too. Okay, that too. But if they, you right about that, dog. But maybe if they see more money coming in, they'll start to shed. I don't know, man. This is crazy though.
It is wild, bro. I can't believe that we the only professional league that is making that. Is a drastic difference between 50% and 22%, bro.
So who is on our CFL? Who is on the board?
I think every team.
Solomon,
at Solomon, Element in them.
Enoch Mwamba.
At Enoch Mwamba.
Don Bowman.
At Bowman. I thought he retired. I thought he's a coach.
So is Solomon.
You could still be on the board, I think, or something. Honestly, I don't even know.
That's crazy.
All I know is I talked to Enoch.
Yeah. So let's J Wall.
Let's get Enoch on the podcast.
We're gonna
Let's talk about some of this stuff.
That and like just hopefully they run across this like these are the things y'all should be talking about in the meetings instead of a ratio, man.
But they're not. So the CFL is the one that brings it up.
The ratio.
It's a distraction.
It's a distraction, bro. All this talk about ratio, all this talk about moving the hashes in, all this talk about just baloney stuff, bro, is keeping us away from talking about what's real, bro. How we can get our tooth knocked out and not be able to fix that, bro, after the game. Like, what is going on, fam?
Well, if your teeth get knocked out in the game, you can get fixed.
Because
that's covered. Yeah, that's covered.
So
I just can't go. You just can't go. Okay, you know how we went to the dentist to get our teeth whitened?
Yeah.
Like in we had to come out of pocket for that. It was a discount, but it was out of pocket.
Bro, come on, bro.
No, I don't know. Like, I mean, but I think that was more cosmetic.
So I can't go to the dentist and get one of them mouthpieces made for me specifically for my sport and then pay for it.
I don't think so. No,
that's wild, bro. Like they really distracting us from what we really need to be.
And that's what I was trying to say on Twitter yesterday. I'm not saying that the ratio doesn't benefit U.S. players. I understand that. I'm not saying that pay discrepancy isn't the thing, but I'm saying, like, think about the things that can affect your life more. You know what I mean? We don't play this sport for more than, average 4 years, I think, right? 3 years.
That's the average?
3 years. I think it's down to 3.
I think it's 3 years.
I think 4. That's crazy.
Right? So 3 years. So, we talked about guys, a player that hit somebody and arm was paralyzed. And he only had his rehab covered for like a year or two. But this dude needed so much work done that after the amount of time spent rehabbing, his arm still wasn't back. Like it was still paralyzed. And then he's not able to get anything covered. So he has to come out of pocket, but nobody wants to hire him. So you end up,
What's his name?
It was Jonathan Hefney.
Okay.
So you end up, doing some things, landed him in trouble. That shouldn't happen.
Dang.
You know what I mean? And it's sad. It's sad that, I remember getting like a email from the CFL saying, there was like a GoFundMe for him going around or something. And I'm like,
a GoFundMe?
I'm like, what? I'm not saying these things to like make the CFL seem like it's a terrible league, because it's not, right? I love the product. I love the game. But when you feel so strongly about something, you want to see it do better. And when you see that it's not, that's when it bothers me, because like sometimes if we say these things on Twitter, people be like, then why are you playing in the league? Or, you should be a better ambassador for the league. Stop bashing the league. It's like, I'm not bashing the league. I'm telling you guys things that need to be fixed so it can be better.
Yeah. And the thing is longevity. Like, as a CFL player, you want to see the CFL continue to grow into, last. Like, what? Like, these are things that can help the league last. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You have all these other leagues coming up, and one league gonna get it, and the CFL gonna be left behind, and boom, all the players gonna be like, what I'm doing up here? Let me go down here. Oh, let me go over here. You know what I'm saying? So these are things that'll help you last, CFL, Canadian Football League. Just hear us out, man. That's all we say. Just hear us out.
What do you think is gonna take to get that revenue sharing up to 50%? Because at some point, with all these other football leagues going on, and if they get the money right and they getting 50%, ain't gonna be no Americans coming to the CFL anymore.
No,
I don't even know. And my thing is, do they even care to compete with that?
Right.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I mean, we see prime example. You see with COVID, Americans weren't able to come up to the league, so the league had to, suffer a year. That should have opened their eyes right there. Like, they could have played with all Canadians, but hey, good luck with that, But I'm just saying, like, I don't know, man. If the Americans threaten to not come up, that'll be big. But I
I
don't
think
know
that
if
there
they're
was
gonna do
more to go into it than that too, though.
that. I'm just saying, man.
They were gonna have to put in more money when they say that they operate at a loss every year. They're gonna have to probably put more money in than they usually do on a yearly basis. So they're like, we're just gonna take the L.
I think that's one thing that's gonna have to happen though. Like if in order for us to see more money brought up to the sharing table, I think that Americans at some point, bro, the Americans gonna protest. Then we're gonna see what kind of league you got. Until you get that revenue sharing at 50%, like all these other professional leagues, something crazy is gonna happen at some point. Y'all, I hope y'all prepare for that. I hope y'all fix it before then.
Yeah. And like we said, we're not bashing.
I love the CFL. I love football.
We love the CFL. I love Canadians. One of my good friends is Canadian. He's from Mississauga. So I love Canadians, you know. So, man.
Cam, when this originally happened, I wasn't really like looking too much into it. But then like when Cam brought it up, I was like, it was messed up. And you know, RIP to Dwayne Haskins. Like, super sad what happened. I was hoping to see him potentially, you know, compete for the job in Pittsburgh.
Oh, for sure.
I think that would have been dope to see. But, you know, the way that I guess Adam Schefter tweeted it, it was kind of insensitive. And I know a lot of people say that, you know, people are too sensitive these days, but I think, you know, Cam, you were a journalism major, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was a journalism major too. And when it comes to like, you know, news reports, when it comes to, you know, headlines, like you want to put like the least amount of information when it comes to, you know, somebody dying. You don't want to make it kind of interpreted different when it comes to somebody dying. So the fact that he said, you know, Dwayne Haskins, Ohio State standout, you know, struggled to, you know, find his way with Pittsburgh and Washington, dies, you know, at, you know, age whatever. And it's like, why do you have to put the fact that he struggled as a football player when you're announcing that, or when you're tweeting that he passed away? You know what I mean? It's like, and you are one of the most known sports journalists. You don't need to do that.
Yeah.
Nobody needs to do that in the first place, but you should have just said Dwayne Haskins, Ohio State, you know, legend and NFL quarterback, if you want to say that, dies or passes away. And it got me starting to think, like, is journalism, sports journalism, you know, does it have the same quality as it used to be? Or is it more about clicks? Is it more about getting the story out faster? Because at the end of the day, like, the things that you're reporting on affect people's lives, whether people that are consuming it or the people that you're writing about.
Yeah. I think personally, like, everybody's going for the next big thing, clickbait. You want everybody to like, you want everybody to share your post, your tweet. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to put something out there that's catchy, you know what I'm saying, on tiptoe borderline, like, you know what I'm saying, a little disrespectful, but not really, you know what I'm saying? So journalism, like, that's what they going for. So Adam Schefter, he did it on purpose. It's no like, oh, I didn't mean to say this. You literally typed it, you know what I mean? So I think he did it on purpose, but at the same time, he didn't think he was going to get that bad, you know, feedback from it. But he has no consequence. So, you know what I'm saying? He's like, whatever, you know, just move on. I just tweet another tweet and apologize, you know, give a little shady apology and just move on from it. So I feel like the journalists, they don't have no consequence. But that's the name of the game with journalists. It's the name of the game, man. They don't care.
We even saw the whole TMZ thing when they leaked that, you know, the helicopter crash, and Kobe died, his daughter died in that crash. And there were reports saying that Vanessa didn't even know. So that's how she found out. So imagine that. Like, imagine if the report wasn't true.
Denzel Washington said something. He's one of my favorite people all the time. He said, you know, today everybody in a rush to be first. You know what I mean? You don't take time to think about what you're saying. You just go ahead and say it because you want to be the first one to say it. And it like that's true, man. And if that's how she found out, man, that's really messed up because we getting so far away from like the human side of life. Like we just kind of just everybody reporting everything and not even taking into account like the family feelings or nothing like that. Just some things are supposed to be left like I wouldn't say private, but you know what I mean, we should come secondary to the family of the person involved. Like that should be the standard, but that ain't how it's going today.
It's not how it's going. It's not. But one thing about they tell us to have our, be on our best behavior.
At all times.
At all times. Or we gonna get cut.
Don't say this.
So, it's what it is. It's life.
But on that note, we appreciate you guys tuning in to another episode of Played in Full. We love you, and we'll see you next week.
Peace.
On location
Yeah. Tell me what you're tryna do, 'cause I be on the road making